Somebody call a doctor because bad medicine is back. Over there is Diamond Dave Damone. This is the Appleton Oak. That's the answer. I'm Mason Quinn. Folks, today we are getting back to Peaky Blinders. This is season 2, episode 6. And
season finale.
That's right. And things seem to be going really well for Tom Shelby and company. He's got no problems. Everything's working out. Business is going legit. Let's see what kind of hiccups you're on.
Yeah, it's real lackluster what's going into this final episode. No, we got Grace, we got May, and I am ready, willing, and able to find out what's all going to happen with Alfie and Sabini.
Let's go.
Lars! That's all I got.
I hope another banger finale. Let's go!
The Derby
Today's
track.
Derby day. The murder will take place this afternoon at the Epsom races.
Or will it?
It will.
Or will it?
I've not shared details of this mission with any of them, and no company assets were used. I believe the government intend to falsely blame the anti-treaty IRA. Therefore, the bullet I found this afternoon will be the starting gun for civil war in Ireland.
Oh, this guy again?
There's no remorse in my heart at the prospect of his death.
I just assumed that was going to be Campbell.
True.
The agent who has initiated and orchestrated this crime is Major Chester Campbell of the British Secret Intelligence Service.
Also known as a human piece of trash.
If you're reading this, then I am dead already. I hope that living as you do in a truly free country, you will be able to make the above facts known to the world. Yours sincerely, Thomas Shelby. If anything happens to me today, I need you to post this letter. If there's any questions, it's to do with insurance.
Look, Tommy, whatever it is you're involved in,
Oh, New York.
New York Times.
we love you, Tom. What are you doing up at 6 o'clock in the morning?
Ready? He just has to stand there, I do.
Stand where?
Let's go, come on.
James, what's going on?
For the cause, Ada. The good old cause.
A good old
With a smile on his face, he says it.
Ooh, that is pretty blunt.
He's not going easy.
Hands off cocks, on with socks.
One at a time.
You're getting out, Mr. Shelby.
Wasn't expecting that.
How'd that get arranged?
All 10 witnesses against you withdrew their statements.
Hello, Ollie. Just you, yeah? You stays out here.
That's why he says you just stand there.
The horizon tries, but it's just not as kind on the eye.
Boy, the score in this episode is awesome.
Yeah, this song is rad.
Soundtrack, Quinn. Soundtrack.
It's not a score?
Soundtrack is music
Song.
purchased. Score is like having Hans do your... I'm getting to you before the folks do.
You know.
You know.
You need to make a call. It's all part of Tommy's plan, apparently.
That nobody knows.
Nobody knows.
It says here, 20% paid to me of your export business.
As we agreed on the telephone.
No. It says that here, that 100% of your business goes to me.
Signed just here, is it?
Yeah.
I see. That's funny. That is. I'll give you 100% of my business.
Yeah.
Now, when I came in here, Mr. Solomons, I stopped to tie my shoelace. And while I was doing it, I laid a hand grenade on one of your barrels. Mark 15 with wide trip. And my friend upstairs, well, he's like one of those anarchists that they blew up Wall Street, you know.
He's just bluffing his way through this.
Well, he did stop to tie his shoe, so he did probably put...
If I don't walk out that door with a stroke of 7, he's going to trigger the grenade and your very combustible rum. And I don't care, because I'm already dead.
He tied his lace, Alfie,
And there is a kid at the door. From a good family, too, Ollie. It's shocking what they become.
Tied his lace, nothing else.
Yeah, but what were you doing?
I was marking the runners in the paper.
Just sick of the time.
Oh, this is great.
I bet 100 to 1 you're f***ing lying, mate. That's my money.
I say you failed to consider the form. I did blow up my own pub. For the insurance.
I would say 65 to 1. Very good odds. That would be. Send your business to me. Thank you.
65. No deal. Ollie, what do you say?
Jesus Christ, Alfie.
He's hung up on the lace.
Alfie, it's Tommy Shelby.
Oh! Who's the boss around here?
Now.
4 minutes.
Talk to me about hand grenades.
Chalk mark on the top. At knee height. Said Hamilton Christmas. Took out the pin and put it on the wire.
Ooh.
Now am I bluffing?
Based on this, 45. Listen, I'll give you 35%. That's your lot.
35.
Oh, there's the anarchist now.
Just keeps looking at him. Did
I
I do good? Did I do
absolutely
good?
love they let that whole thing breathe.
Yeah.
Let the comedy, let the drama, let it all.
Yep. It was
Thank you for doing that.
totally worth it.
So Arthur's back in charge now.
He's in charge of you. And you're both in charge of him. Look out, Chute's only today. You boys will meet us there.
When will Lisa be there, Captain?
Captain.
I have a promoted you. Well, the boys decided you're no longer like a sergeant major. F***ing those rich women and using those fancy ones.
Take it as a compliment. Don't bloody shoot me. Let's go to the derby, boy.
Jesus. What a first couple of minutes.
Hello? No, I'm afraid Mr. Shelby is in London. No, he won't be back today. He's at the races. The Epsom races, the Epsom Derby.
You just don't tell people.
Interesting.
Was that Grace? Was that Campbell?
I don't know, but they showed us that whole conversation for a reason.
And Michael was selling a lot with his face. That's a lot of stacks.
Mom, what are you doing?
What's that?
That money's yours. You take the money, you get a train, you start a new life. In London. I don't want to see you here when I get back. Everything's an if in this Birmingham life. But I want you to wash this city out your hair and your clothes. That's what I should have done at the start. Now I've got business to attend to. Do you love you, Michael?
I love you too. You'll miss your train.
You know, I know Michael just got into the picture, but the relationship seems to me like it grew kind of fast. Like, we never saw again the other caretakers.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh, what is Campbell doing?
Maybe these guys are here to beat the shit out of him.
One can only hope.
Well, with the music, I don't think that's what's going to happen. I could be wrong.
What do you got?
Could be
Take away my hopes and dreams.
Could be a joyful beatdown. Who knows?
My beloved greyhounds. Today's rabbit. When I give you the signal, I want you to send that man to his maker. I decided to use you, man, because I couldn't trust the hearts and the livers of the English pansies and...
Jesus.
This is a man of some capability, but I expect no excuses and no failures.
The red right hand of the Ulster Volunteer Force will not let you down, Mr. Campbell.
The red right hand. Oh.
Is a red right hand.
Boom, boom, boom.
Red right.
Well, that's three guys that are going to be
red shirts
written out of the picture here.
At exactly 3 o'clock, there will be an incident in the owner's enclosure, and all the coppers on the track will be diverted. All of them.
They'll be looking for someone. She will be free to operate at will. Looking for who? Me. They will be looking for me. Now, while the coppers are busy with me, you confiscate his takings, you destroy his licences, and you do it at gunpoint. We should aim to complete the takeover without a shot being fired, understood? And remember, the licences are more important than the takings. All right. Before the fun begins, you can all late send Bob and nom de guerre. Do not make a move until 3, when the coppers leave. That is all.
Really lucky, John. Gonna make every copper at the Derby look the other way.
Trust me, brother.
Well,
Not gonna tell you.
it's in a letter that's going to get sent out if something happens.
You two. This is. I know I'm going to get heat. 100% like Sons of Anarchy. Just different time,
Yeah,
different folks.
it totally
It's
has that
100%.
feel.
So answer. Can't wait till we get to it for you.
Yep.
If you enjoy this, you're 100% going to enjoy Sons.
I'll probably think this is better, right?
Well, it's got
Two
the
different
acting
worlds,
is
but
pretty
same.
incredible. Yeah.
Sons is pretty powerful.
It's intense, dude.
Is Tommy going to use those petrol cans now? I know we've been waiting for them.
I think the petrol cans so where he had enough gas to drive all the way to see her and go back.
Maybe.
Did he need 6 though?
Yeah, you got 6.
Yeah.
Hello.
That dirty cigarette smoke out of her nostrils.
Should I be
Somebody in the
worried?
comments was telling us that's Tom Hardy's wife.
Oh.
After the race, I'll change in the horse box and then come and join you up there with the toss. What'd you say?
Yeah.
You don't want me to join you? It's fine.
Come on,
Not today.
May. May's got to be able to pick up on something's wrong with him or he's nervous or whatever.
I'm still impressed by these two having the guts to do all this.
You know, I never watch the race. Can't stand it. I always like to find somewhere dark and quiet. Tommy?
Not today.
If you can't find me up there, I'll come and find you later.
What do you mean?
Whatever happens, May. No regrets.
You told him to go back to being a gangster.
And I will find you.
Until Grace tells me she's pregnant.
There's the target.
I have to talk to you.
Oh, no.
Oh.
I have to talk to you.
No.
It's not a good time.
Excuse me. Can't wait. It wasn't me who was at fault.
Yep.
I'm pregnant.
1,000%.
Oh, my God. How do you know it's mine? We only did once.
Make your husband believe that it is.
Is that what you want me to do?
Oh, my God.
It's not worth the toss for coin this time.
I have things to do. When they are done, I will decide.
And when will that be?
To the race.
After the race? After the fucking race, Tommy.
The race is over.
Oh.
I was right not to tell him. I could have phoned him and lied, but I didn't. Just tell me that I was right. Not to phone and lie.
He's in love.
Don't let May catch you. Oh, boy.
Well, she's with Grace's secret.
I love you, not
Oh, see there. Oh, it's love triangle.
Love is all around. All around.
I have to go take care of something.
Yes.
Thomas Jr., TJ.
That's if he's around.
Where will you be?
I'll be waiting. I'll wait where they lay their bets.
Did this just happen?
So now he's
this
got
wasn't a dream.
He's got that
Was I
to
dreaming?
think about now.
Found the lost sheep.
Come on, Lizzie.
What do you think
About what?
about the dress?
Undo 2 buttons.
Oh, well, look at this layout.
Yeah.
But I do know that I'm here to work, so you may have noticed I haven't taken a drink.
There. Take this. You might need it.
So here's a woman he's with. May is a woman he's with. And Grace is a woman.
That's an employee, Dave.
Tommy.
There's a man here, and I need him separated from the crowd and taken to a quiet place.
A quiet place.
Lizzie, I know what I said.
Yeah, you know. No, you told me I shouldn't do that kind of work anymore.
I just need you to isolate him is all.
No exceptions, you said. For months I made no exceptions because you told me not to.
Lizzie, just keep him busy. Have the place marked with an X, and I'll get to you before it can start, I promise. All right?
Wasn't smudge my eyes, he might not like that.
Lizzie.
Lizzie.
After this, never again. All right, I'll pay you an extra $5.
Do not talk to me about money now. Look, I know, I swear I'll break this glass in your eyes.
De-escalate, Tommy.
Exactly.
No exceptions, there's been no hardship. You know why?
Oh. Don't say you're pregnant.
Doesn't matter. Who is he?
You're right. Told you.
Because she hasn't taken a drink either, she is saying. Tommy.
Got a piece of chalk.
Chalk?
It's how the soldiers know. It doesn't matter, just give me the fucking chalk.
Ah, old Carney Day's gonna mark him.
It's got chalk? Oh, I suppose for the horse racing and betting and stuff.
I'll get to you, I promise, before it can start. I won't be there.
Coppers aren't moving. Stood there like fucking gargoyles. Keep your wits about you, boys, all right?
Oh, what? Oh, that's what the chalk was for. Okay.
What did that say?
2/6.
I think it's pricing, possibly. So, like, that way they can do it discreetly.
Well, we get to see some Lizzie's
where he wants him to meet her.
Yeah. I think you're right, though, Answer. I think maybe it was pricing.
It's almost 3.
Oh, look who's here.
Be a shame if somebody got caught in the crossfire.
Shouldn't you be busy?
It's 4 minutes to 3.
When you plan something well, there's no need to rush.
Do you know something?
What a
I
line.
actually trust you to do this. Do you think there might be some measure of respect developing between us?
Nobody respects you, bruh.
Old foes that have grown to admire each other and see each other's professional virtues.
Oh, my God.
Ladies and gentlemen, please be upstanding for the national anthem.
Look at.
So is the plan that you'll stay together forever?
Oh, he wants to bring up Grace now.
Perhaps she'll whore for you, take her husband's money. Is that the plan?
Wow.
You once said to me that men like us can never be loved. She loves me.
Oh, by the way, she's pregnant.
And all you got was a bullet. And a fucking wolf-head kite.
Oh, wow.
Bully for you.
By the way, I'm going to be a father.
Ahead of you is damnation, but I have the love of God and the certainty of salvation.
No, you don't.
I know what you did to Polly.
Oh, he does know, Dave.
I know what happened to Michael in jail.
Ooh.
Today, it'll be me dead. Are you?
No.
And wake up in hell tomorrow.
Oh, what a line.
Ladies and gentlemen, the runners
Yeah, no words. No witty little comebacks, Campbell.
Because if Campbell said anything, he could just go, by the way, Grace is having my baby.
Just one last.
Oh, it's going to be the biggest jab to Campbell. Wow.
So that leads me to believe a lot more happened to Michael in prison than just getting beat up.
No, I think it was strictly just him getting his ass whooped because the way he was teeing it up was, oh, he's been kind of getting beat up, like he didn't have anything to do with it.
I hope you're right.
I probably might be wrong. Who knows?
Oh boy, here we go.
I was worried for a second that Tommy didn't get there in time.
Something's gonna happen.
What a pretty dress.
Poor Lizzie.
Come on.
Lift up your dress and show me that you're clean.
Should take it slow. That's all.
Come on, Tommy. Hurry up.
This area is closed off.
Oh,
The king will be
shit.
coming this way after the race. This area is secure. You'll have to go around.
Oh, shit.
Oh, he's not going to get there in time.
Come on.
Oh.
No, 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 no.
Dude, there's no way. He's not even close.
Well,
oh. What
Come on,
if,
Tommy.
What if Lizzie takes him out?
Yeah, was Lizzie packing anything? Did she have anything in her
I don't
purse?
think so.
This piece of shit. Oh, my God. Thank you.
Oh, what? Empty?
Misfire.
Misfire, yeah.
Of course it misfired.
No, Lizzie's going to have to do it.
Yep, she will. What the hell is going on with the gun?
Oh, his eye!
What the hell is... Oh, he got him!
Oh.
Oh, my God. Don't...
Oh.
Oh, now it fires just fine.
I was taking a shit and I heard voices, Irish voices, and I heard a shot, and I swear to God there's a soldier lying there.
Every man in uniform around the king! Every man in uniform around the king!
Oh, that's, yep.
The IRA are on the course!
Everybody's going to go protect the king.
Nice.
Put your hands in the air. Turn around!
Is there a problem?
Well, Fenian's on the course. The soldier's been shot. Someone said there was an Irishman in here.
That was correct.
Very sorry, sir.
Show the security to His Majesty. I will now take him out of the situation.
You could have just shot him just to be sure.
Oh!
Licensing.
Yeah. Remember taking the licensings. There you go.
He's supposed to beat May and Grace now.
My boys on the track. They're having a little bonfire. Gaming licenses, you know. Now think about who you are. Think about where you are. You pull a weapon. You are the king's assassin. Now sit down. Stay calm.
Oh, checkmate. Here we go.
What? It's all right. It's all right. It's just a bad lose. What the what?
Shit.
You gypsy bastard! Yes!
Shit.
Was that the right hand?
Well, guess who it was?
Yeah.
Remember
Three
someone?
guys. Yeah, with the red hand.
You're not a prisoner of the red right hand?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Take his hat and gun. Get him up.
I thought he was trying to launch.
Just going for a wee drive, Mr. Shelby. Let's go.
I hope... Shit.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot of folks waiting on Tommy.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
wow.
Oh, boy. She's going to tell her. It's going to scare off May, isn't it?
I guessed, and then John confirmed it.
Oh, okay.
Guess what? Who are you?
I'm May Carlton. I trained Tommy Shelby's
Yeah.
horse.
Johnny confirmed it. Okay.
And you're the woman who he said was going to sail away. I see he didn't tell you about me. He did tell me about you. I wonder if that's significant.
Tell me what about you?
You have any idea where he is?
I'm waiting for him here.
All the bookies have had their licenses burnt, which means they'll have to reapply for their legal pictures. It's all part of Tommy's plan for the future. The applications will be denied, of course, and all the pictures will be allocated instead to Tommy's bookies.
Should you just burn a piece of paper, you lose your license? It's like a physical thing.
I know because I'll make sure of it. I have influence with the board.
There you go.
There's business, and there's love.
Is there?
She's gonna throw out the baby thing.
What do you want from him?
Same as you. I want to feel alive.
Did he tell you my name?
No.
It's the name of the horse.
My name is Grace.
Oh, and she knows that.
Not impressed.
Grace.
Oh.
I must go.
No, Polly.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh my.
She's gonna smoke him right here.
Tommy told me you'd be here.
Look at, she's got her right hand.
Yeah.
Yep, it's covered.
And I told Tommy it should be me who finishes you. Small and weak. That's how you like it, isn't it? Well, this time small and weak has got a gun.
You wouldn't do that here.
No. Do you see any coppers? Yeah, I don't. They're all around your precious king.
Oh, there you go, Polly. Right in there.
Just do it, Paul.
Some part of you.
I have no parts.
Some part of you wanted me as well.
This delusional. Oh, God. This guy.
Some part of my soul.
Are you?
Some part of my soul. Curious how that is to me, and curious that it should be you. Opposites, perhaps.
Pull the trigger. Kim.
That thing sticking in my heart. You own part of that heart. You do. You do, Polly. You do.
Oh! Yes! Finally!
She did it!
Am I supposed to be smiling right now?
With the Peaky Blinders.
Yeah! There it is! Oh! Oh, that's like one of the most satisfying deletions in cinema.
Can we confirm that it wasn't a leg?
Or that he won't survive a gut shot?
Not an oblique.
Well,
okay, so I know that's telling right there.
Yeah.
Because of the height.
And well, because of how close they were. Nobody even batted an eye.
Too much noise. She had the barrel buried.
Grace was there the whole time? Or is that a different shot?
Oh my.
Yeah, she was.
He is game over.
Oh,
boys, he is done.
What a banger.
Well, until we see it.
We saw
I'm
it.
kidding. It's a joke.
Let's get you home. Come on.
Okay, now,
She's gonna
let's
see
take
the
care
hat,
of
isn't
Tommy.
she?
Look at this place.
Poor Lizzie, man.
Put your money away before I take it off you. Fucking clean up. Clean up. The f are you doing here?
Working for Tommy the same as all of us.
You work for the Blinders.
Hey, what happened to you?
Fell over.
Oh, it's race day.
Lizzie,
Oh, John's gonna be pissed.
come here. Were you working? Yeah? Told you down yourself a few bob at the races, eh? It's got to stop, Lizzie.
Oh, no. Woo, race day.
Tommy's the one that...
John.
Just back off.
Cheer up. We won. We fucking took Epsom. We kicked the Cockneys' fucking arses.
Wait, you make them all right. John didn't even shoot his gun. We're kings. Kings of the fucking world.
He's got his little collection on the table.
Don't see the same thing in your eyes that I see in Tommy's. You should get out. You should get out.
Huh. Well.
Where is Tommy anyway?
Back of a truck.
Right now he has
Jesus, we are.
Holy shit. Right now he has no idea about Campbell either.
No.
Like a confirmation anyway.
No, and there's no way anybody can get to him. They're in the middle of a field. He's gonna have to do this himself.
3-on-1. And everyone except, well, 2 out of 3 have a finger on the trigger.
Mm-hmm.
So, in class. So, in class. Oh, and there's a woman. A woman who I love. And I got close. Nearly got...
Get everything!
How is this gonna end?
Get it done, boys.
You know how it is.
Only thing that'd save him is a sniper.
Or one of these guys turns. He's got one of them in his pocket.
He's got him.
Bleak midwinter.
Oh, he did.
I was going to say that guy to the side.
Mr. Churchill will want to speak to you in person, Mr. Shelby.
Whoa.
He has a job for you.
So say that guy was eyeing
We
him
will
up
be in
weirdly. That guy. And
Get out of the grave, Tinker.
That's after Campbell talked to him, and they were walking. They kept the camera on him a little bit longer. It seemed like.
Grave is for those two.
Yeah, and he was working for Churchill to use Tommy. Holy shit.
Holy shit. It just hit me like that last second because I was waiting for the Lee brothers or something. I'm like, they're not going to make it.
No, and that's what was great about the way they shot it in the middle of a field where there's nobody.
It don't matter anyway I lay all my tears.
Wow, this is the most emotional we've seen him.
I think maybe he was ready to.
Well, like he said, so close, he had everything.
And now.
Oh,
jeez. Woo! There we go. We have a nice emotional moment, then we cut to that.
Holly and I in a bet. One of us bets, you take the money and go. And one of us bets, you'd still be here.
She wants me to stay.
You know something, Michael? What Polly wants will always be a mystery to me.
I've decided I want to make real money. With you.
Whoa, here we go.
I've got some ideas, Michael. For the future of the company. And also, I'm planning on getting married.
Oh, and that's how they end it. But who's the lucky lady?
Stop. Don't show us anything. Yeah, gee, I wonder who the lucky lady is going to be.
Who could it be?
Congratulations. I love you.
Oh, what a finale. I mean, from start to finish, the thing I've loved about this series, and this episode was no different, was the one-on-one acting that they do in this series. I mean, it's... Okay, now, yes, they have amazing costumes, which, by the way, I think the fashion is absolutely awesome for the time and the way that it's shown. I absolutely love it. The sets and the settings and where the actors are, but at the end of the day, it's two actors telling a story, and it's amazing. Every one-on-one they have in this series is just so damn good. And this one was no different. I mean, the interaction between Campbell and Paul in the phone booth was just awesome. And I mean, they kept us waiting to get what we wanted out of that scene. And I thought for a minute there, I thought Paula was going to break because they showed her having the tears. I thought maybe she wasn't going to do it.
Yeah.
I don't know. What did you guys think?
I was worried that she wasn't going to pull the trigger, but I should know already. Never bet against Paul.
Yeah, I was kind of in the same boat. Like, I was like, no way are they going to let her emotions overtake her thinking here because of what she just been through.
Yeah.
So, I mean, there was a great tease for me, but I'm really happy that Paul...
I'm glad they did it that way.
I'm conflicted about Campbell, whether he was just saying that to try to save himself or whether he actually believed it. Because the guy's been so delusional. Like in season 1, he thought like Grace was going to marry him. You know, so it's like, well, he's like one of these just narcissists. Oh, she secretly loves me.
Yeah.
You know,
there's a piece of you that loves me.
Oh, I mean,
I know
what's not to
1,000
love about me? Like, just easy guy. Nobody loves you. Nobody.
Yeah, so I had loved that scene there. And, you know, once again, Tommy had a plan. It mostly worked, but there was some hiccups along the way, and that's what I love. Look, how boring would this episode have been if Tommy goes in there, they burn the licenses, they take out Campbell, he takes out the target, they walk away, and everybody's happy. That's not a good story. That's not what we want. And the fact that everything went down the way it did, they haul Tommy out to this field where it completely takes away any hope you have of somebody swinging in at the last minute because there's nowhere for anybody to come from. And even I kind of pitched the idea of, well, the only thing that can save him now is a sniper. Even then, that would have been a really far shot. And how would Tommy know where he was going to get taken? I mean, okay, you could maybe play the route of, I had a man on the inside and they told me what you were going to do and where you dug the grave. So I had a Lee boy who's an excellent shot out in the field. I mean, that would have been just real. That would have been way too convoluted and cheap for a show that's this level of quality. So the fact that it was Churchill that made the call to save Tommy and put one of his men in with the red hand was just phenomenal. And by the way that was shot from overhead, I loved that, because you had the one and then the two and then they both fell on Tommy. It was so cool the way that they shot that. Yeah, for me that was everything, was that finish. And again, the one-on-one between Grace and May was phenomenal as well. That's what look, gosh, the series is so good and the story is so good, but the fact that the actors in here are doing such a good job, you could just put them on an empty stage and they could just do their lines and you just be like, yeah, and tell me more, and then what next? You'd be so into it. And then the fact you get all this amazing set dressing and the soundtrack, which was absolutely incredible. I was corrected. It is not a score. Apparently it is called a soundtrack. I absolutely loved that. And yeah, for me, guys, this was the best episode of the season for me.
Oh yeah, another great episode. Broken record all the time. They never cease to amaze me on how well executed the episode can go. You thought their plan, it started off a little shaky, and then Grace got in there, kind of tied up his time a little bit. Yeah, the one-on-one he had with Campbell at the bar was great, especially that line he had that he goes, hey, at the end of the day, it's either going to be you or me. Either way, one of us will wake up and we'll be in hell, which I thought was just a great line and delivered, obviously, expertly by Cillian Murphy. And then, even to him being late to help Lizzie out and asking her to do something she didn't want to do in the way that, yes, they had been doing business, before she became the secretary, but it seemed like she was starting to maybe have a little bit of feelings for Tommy as well. So it seemed like she thought she had no idea she was coming in to do what she had to do. And so that whole twist on her, which then led to John, helping her out at the end, giving her a hug, and she even said, you have the different look in your eyes than Tommy, you need to get out of this business, which then made him look at Esme at the celebration a little bit different. So I'm wondering,
that was a weird camera shot.
If his character arc for next season, how that's going to change up. But then even the one-on-one acting is always just brilliant between Paul and Campbell is awesome. Grace and May was even better. And then you had out in the field too, the overhead wide shots was where it's at to show you how is he going to get out of this, because they're in the middle.
Nothing.
They're in the middle of nowhere. There's no way that he's getting out of this. And I don't know if he'll make the cut, but I thought when we got first introduced to the three guys, they left the camera on him because he was the last one to walk off, but it seemed like they left it on him a little bit. And then when he was looking at Tommy, when he got off the paddy wagon, I suppose you could call it, it looked like they had the camera on him a little bit more and left a little more focus on him. And I was wondering, is there something to this guy? And of course I was right. And what a twist too. It's not that he had a guy on the inside, it was Churchill.
Yeah.
And so then when Campbell makes the call and he's telling Churchill, yeah, he's being taken care of, Churchill knows exactly who took him. So then he knows he's going to be safe as well on the spot. So just coming at you all angles, and then Michael decides to stay. Look at all that money Paul gave him. That was a lot of money. I'd have taken it. I would have went to London.
He wants to make real
money. But he wants to make real money. I get it. So I cannot wait for season 3 to see where we pick up where we left off.
Yeah, and with Lizzie, real quick, I thought that she was starting to adjust from finally leaving that life behind. She had finally put it behind her, and then she got roped back into it.
She really did.
Yeah, what an incredible final episode to season 2. I wasn't sure if we were going to get a cliffhanger or not at the end. Because some shows do that where they have to give you that cliffhanger at the end of each season.
They did it on this one with Campbell.
Well,
on the last season, they did it with Campbell, where we didn't know what happened.
Campbell. Well, that's what I'm saying.
Campbell and Grace. I thought you were saying that with this season. I was like, with Campbell?
Wait, what? Pretty sure Campbell's done.
Yeah.
No, so that's what I wasn't sure if that's what we were going to get. Like, all of a sudden they're going to leave, like they cut when Tommy's out in the field, and it's like, oh, now we got to, for us, it's not really waiting. We're going to move on to the next season. But I wasn't sure if we were going to get that cliffhanger. And these guys talked about it. The one-on-one scenes in this particular episode were as good as any of the previous episodes in the entire series, and arguably, I mean, just as good as you're going to find in any TV series or movie, period. You had, of course, Thomas and Tom Hardy. I just keep saying Elfie. You had Thomas and Elfie
Tom Hardy
in the
anymore.
beginning going back and forth with Tommy, of course, just a major bluff, and
that was great.
Elfie kind of catching on, but not sure enough, and Elfie's guy was just freaking out. And look, the number of times they went back to, he tied his laces. He tied his laces. They just kept going back to that. He tied his laces. He tied his laces. It was phenomenal. And then, we've got that the dialogue between Tommy and Grace at the track where they find out she's pregnant. We get the dialogue between Tommy and May before the race starts, saying, hey, if something happens to me, this was good. Between Paul and Campbell, and then that shot with Campbell and Tommy in the bar. One of us is going to wake up. One of us is going to wake up in hell. One of us this is our last day. They're going to wake up in hell because Campbell. That goes back to Campbell. What I was talking about earlier is him just being so arrogant, and just such a narcissist. Like, I'm a good person. I have salvation. It's like, dude, you're the worst of the worst. At least Tommy knows what he is. You try acting, holier than thou with all the sketchy shit you're doing left and right. But just another powerful episode. For me, this was probably the best so far in the first two seasons. We also got to see a very different side of Tommy, being very emotional. And it's interesting, he found out he was going to be a father, and then, that changes everything, right? Like, now...
Well, maybe. It depends if she tells him whose baby it is.
Mr. 1,000%. She's pregnant.
Is now...
Well, we don't know if it's his.
No, I'm saying we know it's his. So what is Grace going to end up doing? Because May made it pretty clear that, they both want Tommy, but it's something they can't have.
Well, Tommy said he's getting married at the end. I'm pretty sure he meant to Grace.
Well, opinions vary.
What?
Just go on.
Go on.
Continue.
No, I got to hear your real opinion on this. Do you think he's going with May or Grace?
He had the chance with Grace. He said he didn't love her when he had her in the table and they were having drinks and they laid all that out. He said he didn't love her.
And then at the end, he said, "I'm in love." He goes, "There's a person who loves me, and I love her."
But she's sailing away. He thought.
This guy,
dude.
Did you miss everything?
He's gonna get
she stayed behind because she wanted a baby.
Anyway, he's just trying to get you fired up.
I would never gaslight Oak ever. You never
son of a bitch. Anyhow, finding out he's going to be a father. I mean, a very emotional side of him that we haven't seen before, and then at the end, and I'm getting married. Like, whoa, hey, all right, so. Yeah, a lot happening at this particular episode. Let's not forget Michael's character saying, hey, I'm going to stay. I'm all in. I want to make real money. I have no idea how much those 3 rolls laid out in front of him was, but
I'm sure it was a good amount.
And Paul said it was enough to get a new life going in London. But yeah, just another phenomenal episode. Like I said, sometimes when you come out of the gate as hot as they did in season 1, that can be hard to follow up in season 2, and I think they gave us just the perfect entire season and a perfect season finale for this season 2. So super hyped for season 3.
Yeah, first off, I want to say banger of an episode. Second, let me ask you guys, what did you guys really think of the field in Tommy? Do you think that could have been better or worse? Or did you guys like it? That question's for you too. But since they're here, I'm asking them first.
You mean in terms of the way it was done? Like, did you think it was cheap that Churchill had a guy
I'm conflicted. Like, if
embedded?
you watch playback, and they've already seen this by the time they got to here. If you're made it to this point, I didn't know how to react. Like, internally, because just before you said something, Dave, about it's him, that's where I was playing out the scenarios in my head. I'm like, the only way out of this is, and it was literally 30 seconds before you said it. I'm like, the only way out of this is one guy goes the other one's way. That's the only way Tommy makes it out of this. So, and then it happened, and then I was just kind of like, however my face was, but I didn't react like you guys did, because I was just like, I don't know how to feel. I don't know if it's
tricky.
I don't want to say it was ever cheap.
I think we're in a tough spot because we know there's however many more seasons, and we know Cillian Murphy's in them, so we know he's not getting taken out there. So I think that's part of the feeling. I think if you're watching this the first time through,
and I'm not dogging,
and maybe you don't know if there's going to be more seasons, or you don't know what's going to happen, I think you would have a different reaction than what we did, just simply because we know.
Yeah, I think with how they did it was better, though, than just saying he had a guy on the inside. That it's actually Churchill coming from saying, no, we need to keep this guy, whereas Campbell thinks he won. So that's where I think that's where I get your confliction, but at least they gave us that instead of, Tommy just bought someone off again.
I prefer it to be Churchill than I'm with you, Answer. I prefer it Churchill than Tommy.
And again, I want to, before you go, I just want to say I'm not hating. I was just
no. I get it.
Kind of thing.
Well, for me, it tells a different. It really flips things on end for Tommy in a couple different ways. One, it shows that he's not always one step ahead. He's not always in charge. He's not always going to have people there to protect him, because he had nobody there. That was Churchill's call, and nobody else's.
Yeah.
Now, I was kind of thinking in my head, I'm like, okay, these three guys drove him out there because I know he couldn't. We're not going to lose him. I knew that. I'm like, okay, are these guys going to drive him out there, and then just say, okay, we had to drive you out here because that was, people had to see us leave together or something or whatever. But I agree that I thought it was good that it was Churchill, because it was like, okay, now it sets up like, oh boy, like he's going to be the guy for taking people out when the government can't do it. And, but it also, the biggest thing for me is it showed a sense of vulnerability for him. Like, look, there's people above you that look, and obviously, the higher level government, not just Campbell, they're going to be able to set stuff up pretty big. Yeah, the Crown's going to be able to set stuff up pretty big. But I think that's kind of what it did, is it set us up to show that Tommy's not always one step ahead. He's not always going to have his crew there. Now the situation with him being a dad, we're going to see some emotion out of it, because he generally thought he was going to lose his life. They're so close. So I think in order to create a very dire sense for him, when I thought it was going to happen at the track, I'm like, it's like these three guys, like that's what I thought, something's going to happen at the track. Tommy's going to have his boys there. It's not even going to be a concern. And then all of a sudden, we learn that, look, he's not invincible.
And when they took him in the track, they tricked you by having the close-up of his hat, because then I was thinking, one of the guys is going to see that and be like, Tommy was taken, we got to go get him. But no, they did that purposely, so you'd think, someone's surely coming out of nowhere to get him, and then no one did, obviously. It was Churchill.
So, again, not hating on it. I just was like, I don't know how to feel about it. It was still good. I guess part of me wishes, and again, what they did here was fantastic. I just wish for a different alternative. Maybe they could have shown the second that he did the bang bang, like insert gray screen with Churchill and that guy having just a quick conversation, whatever kind of dialogue that may have been, and it didn't have to be long. And then him saying what he said, I think would have been pretty cool. But hey, what the hell do I know? I'm here, they're there, they did great. So that I still like it.
Yep.
To what you were saying there, Dave, yes, it was great to see him actually be... Now, we've seen him emotional, vulnerable in some moments, right? But it's very, very rare that we get to see Tommy like that. The way he tripped and then just hit the ground, and whatever he screamed, I don't know if it was fuck or if he was just screaming.
It was
but him standing up and then seeing the tears of like a relief. But part of that, too, was almost like, man, did he had himself so built up that it was done, that it was almost a shock, like, how am I still here?
Well, I wonder if
that's kind of the vibe I got, but still, it was great. Cillian did friggin' awesome in that part. So,
well, I was just going to say it changed the second Grace said she was pregnant. He wasn't afraid to die when he was talking to Campbell because, like he said, he's already dead. He had that conversation with Alfie. Now he finds out a dad, and now he's like, now I have to live. Now I have something to live for.
See, that I didn't get.
He had that conversation with Campbell after Grace, though. He knew.
Well, then the one with Alfie, then.
Oh yeah.
Because with Alfie, he was doing the bluff with the grenades in the room. He had mentioned multiple times that he's not afraid to die, and even Campbell said,
Alfie,
"I know you're not afraid to die. That's why I'm threatening your family."
Yeah.
Possibly.
Yeah, in the last episode.
Yeah.
But yeah, I didn't get that vibe that he had to live because the way he was talking afterwards, like, I was so fucking close, like
that was good.
We've never really heard him talk about wanting an actual family. He wanted love. So when he said that I've loved someone, they love me back, I was so fucking close. And then the rest of it played out, right? So again, brilliant, like it, love it. With that piece of shit Campbell, you got what was coming to you. You got it. And it was by Aunt Paul.
Oh, I love it.
Loved it.
So
that was
satisfying.
like, it had to be, if it wasn't going to be Tommy, then I'm glad it was Aunt Paul for what that shit happened to her. So I'm glad.
I thought it might have been Michael.
Oh, Michael?
Yeah,
he had a
like,
reason.
Well, you could see it, right? You could see the shot. Campbell's walking away, thinks he gets away with it, and then Michael meets him in an alley.
I heard what you did to my mom,
yeah,
right? Or something along
that
those
could have been a
lines.
possibility.
And then boom, done. I really feel bad for Lizzie in this one.
Yeah.
And I know Tommy had every single intention to be there on time before any of that hardcore shit happened. But of course, 3 officers right there. Tommy wasn't really planning for that at that moment in time. I do wish he'd run once in a while. I know they kind of showed him doing a light jog. Sometimes, Tommy, you just got to run. But I get it. Probably then would have been a little bit more like, why is this guy running through here kind of thing. But
cops might have stopped
people,
him.
Yep, and I get it. But I really feel bad for Lizzie. I feel like she's going to be... They gave her a lot of time in this one. So I wonder, or I guess I'm kind of hoping now, she gets a little bit more storytelling with her side now, because this was pretty impactful on her character. And they left a little something there on the table with her and John having that conversation, and John being like, after she said something about you don't have the same eyes as Tommy in this world or whatever, get out. There's some definitely meat on the table on that, or meat on the bone for that one. So I hope they explore that a little bit more and make some conflictions between John, Lizzie, and the family, because I think that conflict will be an interesting storytelling dynamic moving forward if that's what they do. I'm just shooting a shot.
John's wife said the same thing to Tommy in the last episode.
Well, and they had that look too. John had that look at his wife at the end there.
Esme, yeah.
Esme. For Grace and the pregnancy, man, that's just wild. Now he actually hearing it. I know we were all on the hype train for it, like it's happening. It's
totally.
And then hearing it, it's like, man, this just happened like 5 hours ago. What do you mean?
Believe it was 1,000%.
1,000%.
I would have
somebody
bet
here.
everything. Yeah.
As far as this whole season, you know what? I'm gonna go right into my score. I'm gonna give it a 4.8 for season 2. I can't remember right now what I gave season 1. 4.8 for season 2. Fantastic. The tiniest little nitpick that I have about it is I feel like they left a lot, and I'm curious what you guys think. I feel like they left a lot on the table for Michael and we'll say new mom and Polly. I feel like there was a lot left on the table, and that got kind of brushed away real quick as soon as Michael came to Aunt Polly. So I wish they would explore that a little bit more, hit us with some hardcore emotional impact there, because I feel like there was some left there. Great to see Tom Hardy. Great to see his wife in here, because thank you to whoever, I can't remember your name. There was a couple people that told us, hey, just so you know, Charlotte Riley is Tom Hardy's wife. So Tom Hardy was I feel like, we'll just say 99%, just in case I'm in too much in the moment, 99% of everything that Tom Hardy was in, and I'm trying to be objective, I really am, that he was in, was there was such an intensity.
Yeah. Oh,
like
yeah.
you didn't know what really was going to happen. Like if I were to have a conversation with him, I'd be on edge each time.
Yeah.
Like,
Well,
what
just
is
like
this
he-
motherfucker going
just
to
like
do?
When he grabbed Ollie, you didn't know if he was going to punch his teeth out or just tell him to get out of there. You didn't know which way he was going to go. He's such a wild card.
And Arthur's journey so far this year, I mean, we had Finn grow. I mean, there's a lot. There's a lot I'm leaving on the table right now. But 4.8 for me. I'm going to shut up and throw it to these guys.
I echo that. That's a 4.8. This was another great season by these guys. I can't wait for more. This has just been such a fun ride, and I can't wait for more. And I get what you're saying with a little too fast paced, but it's 6 episodes for
and I
at
get
an
it.
hour.
And I should have said that. Yep.
So
Six episodes. It's going to happen.
So I get that aspect, but when you're cramming that much into it, and I mean, there's still a lot there that they still give you in that amount of time. So that'd probably be at least a little bit, but yeah.
And again, that was just a tiny nitpick. But yes, 6
4.8.
episodes. I do wish, now that you bring that up, that was kind of what I want to talk about too. I do wish from season 2 on, they easily could have got 8. I wouldn't say 10.
I would say 8 would have been
8
a butter
episodes
zone.
would have been really awesome. That's just me being selfish.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have complained about 10 episodes either.
True.
But yeah, it's a 5 for me. What an incredible second season, topped off by just a phenomenal season finale. The acting, the story, everything, the drama. Nothing but a 5 for me out of this one.
Absolutely. I absolutely loved this series. I think you'd be hard-pressed to find anything better. It's a fucking 5 for me by the order of the Peaky Blinders.
By the Peaky fucking Blinders.
Loved everything about it. Right up my alley. I'm seriously considering my fashion choices, wanting to wear a 3-piece suit and a newsboy hat now, but absolutely love this series. I said everything already.
If we could find
These guys
one,
nailed
Maybe
it.
for the series finale.
We all
come up
wear
to the
one.
end
That'd
of
be
season 6.
These guys want to wait weeks to do that. We're going to do it in 3x1. Or 2.
that.
Or
Or
2.
that. Or
Shall
2.
see.
Sometime in season 3.
Or
Got time
or
to get
eventually.
fitted?
Eventually it'll get happen. So this was a lot of fun. Another great season in the books of Peaky Blinders. We love it.
Tommy
so,
Jr.
For Diamond Dave,
Tommy
Afton
Jr.
Oak, that's Mason Quinn. I'm of course Answer. We'll catch you on the next season, pals.